this day of fascism and the escalation of fascism everywhere, everybody's a goddamn fascist these days. So, in the age of fascism, it's nice to hear some stories that actually get through. There's some good reporters, honest, decent reporters. KKTV is following the cops around as they go around busting small marijuana grows, tiny little marijuana grows, individual marijuana grows. And then they don't even put the police officers' names in the article, nor do they put their own name in the article, because really they're fucking embarrassed by what they did. But they're psychopaths. We live in a psychopathic nation. And even though Brandon is the guy that, because they didn't mention anybody else, I'm not going to mention him either. But Brandon is the guy's name that I put. Now he's going to go to jail. And is he going to die? Can you guarantee me, Pueblo, that Brandon isn't going to die in the jail? So Hannah Knudsen, she wrote this. Court documents say that Pueblo County inmate died after assault by deputies. So this is a great article. KRDO News Channel 13 ABC. So Hannah Knudsen is an actual journalist. This is February 28th. This was written this morning, 2018, 10 o'clock. So Pueblo, Colorado, lawsuit was filed against 2 Pueblo County deputies. So that's the only way we'll get justice, is by having lawsuits filed. There has been a murder. There has been a death. Is any of the police officers or any of the judges or is any of the judicial branch going to arrest the person that murdered a man? There is a man that was alive, Joseph Jaramillo. He was alive, but he was beaten on February 23rd, 2016, which caused him to have severe brain hemorrhaging and swelling. And so now this lawyer, hopefully they get some justice, but this isn't the way the judicial process is supposed to work. There should be criminal charges being put up upon, apparently, this Christian Crain, who had the help of Deputy Nicholas Cardinal. So Christian Crain is a deputy, a jailer. Then you have Nicholas Cardinal, who's a jailer too. They're deputies of the sheriff, so the Pueblo County, not Pueblo City. And this is a county jail. They want more money for this jail so they can kill more of you all. So this is... Okay, so here's what happened. They said that the Joseph Jaramillo took a shower after being ordered to his bunk. Hey, Joseph Jaramillo, get on your bunk. And then he was going to go take a shower, right? So this is, I don't know exactly if this is a big group thing and the showers are free, right? That's where raping and shit's going to happen. And this is why rape happens. So he wants to get a shower. He's dirty. He wants to get clean. Let him get a shower. But instead of, letting him get cleaned up in peace and harmony to where there is no fear of being raped, they want to put the fear of God in him. How dare you, Joseph? Joseph, you want to get a shower? Fuck you and fuck your life, and now you're dead. Because he wanted to get a shower. That was a crime. That was a crime that Pueblo stands up and say, yes, our political establishment, our judicial system, our cops, they do nothing wrong. Joseph Jaramillo took a fucking shower. Now he's dead. So when he took a shower, they said he flipped him off, and then Christian Crain was calling, hey, Nicholas Cardinal, come now, we need to take care. Come on, we need to take... That's the biggest crime, is disrespect. It doesn't matter if you're a murderer. It doesn't matter if you're a rapist, right? There are murderers. They murdered him. Nicholas Cardinal and Christian Crain killed Joseph Jaramillo. They murdered him. They killed him. While he was naked in the shower, so they're touching his naked body, right? And then they're grabbing him aggressively, took him down to the floor. His head hits the floor and he loses consciousness. And they continue to beat him. This is sick. This is sadistic bullshit. They are getting off to this. They love injuring other people. So Brandon, who is, a husband and wife, had a small grow because of Dania Escar passing that law now from 19 down to 16. We might see Brandon might die now too. And what was weird, the white woman didn't go to jail. She said it was her weed, it was her house, and it was the husband that goes to jail. What the fuck is that shit about? I mean, this isn't justice and this isn't fair. I believe in a free market society, and do unto others you have them doing to you. So is it acceptable for Brandon to have gone into one of these marijuana dispensaries? Oh, they got a license. They're totally legit. Yeah, who's passing out these licenses? How much money do you gotta have? Only the wealthy, right? No poor people are going to get a license. Only the wealthy are going to get a license. And my God, we need to get on to this marijuana industry if we're going to pull ourselves out of this thing. But if we're only going to allow some people to make money and not anybody else, and the prices are too damn expensive anyways. So, yeah, Jaramillo is dead now because Nicholas Cardinal and Christian Crain killed him 2 years ago. They said that 12 hours later, eventually Sherry Baca, right, the EMT, she checks him and said that I guess he was okay. I don't know. 12 hours later, they slammed his head down on the concrete floor, smashed his skull, killed him, right, smashed his brain to pieces. And now that Jaramillo, Joseph Jaramillo, is dead, or nearly dying, right, complaining for 12 hours, Sherry Baca, oh, you're okay, we don't care, right, they're a big unit, they're together, and they're not going to, show compassion for one of the criminals, right? They're just a bunch of nobodies that once you go to jail, you ain't shit. The jailers could rape you, they could beat you up, they can make a bunch of fucking false charges, and there ain't shit you can do about it. You just have to accept the bullshit, and they want more money for this jail. They want more money so they can kill more of you all. They'll try to make the argument that, well, there just isn't enough, there's too many inmates, and there's not a big enough jail. No, stop with the war on drugs. Knock it off with the war on drugs. Knock it off with the war on drugs and stop arresting people who are homeless. So if you take out all the homeless and you take out all the non-violent drug offenders, how many people are in that jail now? But instead of doing, the smart thing, instead of actually using the golden rule to do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, right? If you go into a marijuana dispensary and you rob them of all their marijuana, and then you take the person, the owner, and then you put them in a cage, and then you let somebody beat them up and slam their heads on the ground until they die, you think somebody might have a problem with that? Oh yeah, that's the legal people. That's the one that did it the right way. Those are the wealthy people. Those are the wealthy, rich people that got the Charlie and the Charlotte factory golden ticket to make millions of dollars. So, according to the lawsuit, and that's another thing, this is going to take away from taxpayers because they're suing it, but this is the only way we get justice. If we had a true criminal justice system murder is the worst thing you could do to somebody, but we got two murderers here, and they're not going to get in trouble, but we as taxpayers are going to pay millions of dollars, hopefully. I hope that, not that we have to pay for it, but I hope that their family does get some justice. They just had a family member die. What's the price of a life? It's priceless, right? But if you had to put a number on it, what's the price? $5 million? Yeah, well, that's going to come out of all of our pockets. And is Nicholas Cardinal or Crain, are they going to get arrested? Are they going to go to jail? Are they going to get humiliated like Brandon did out in Pueblo West? Are they going to get any criminal charges whatsoever? Or do they get to keep their job, keep their badge, keep their gun? They get to go around killing more people. They're allowed to, no punishment whatsoever, thin blue line. They're allowed to murder. They're allowed to kill. They're allowed to rape and use violence and steal. And that's totally perfectly acceptable. That's an acceptable behavior. It's not acceptable behavior, and it's bullshit that it takes a lawsuit to pull any of this stuff out. If you're a good person, then you understand that, if you're a good person and your friend or your deputy is kicking somebody, well, then you need to tell, I'm not going to support you doing that. You standing and watching that shit is you saying that kind of behavior is acceptable. And it's not acceptable. If you don't know that murder, rape, violence, steal, those are the worst ones. If you don't know that these are the worst crimes out there, then you have no morality or conscience, and we need some good men. We need good men in there. We don't need people that's gonna, And then Rodney Jaramillo is the one that's representing Joseph. So I don't know who Rodney is. But they both got the same last name. Pueblo County Sheriff's Office. They haven't said anything. So this is just all from this lawsuit. So thank God for Hannah Knutson. Thank God for this Jaramillo, Rodney Jaramillo. Thank God for both of them. Because if it wasn't for them, then we wouldn't even know about this. We wouldn't even know that this shit's going on. And what goes on behind closed doors. At least we got some idea. And I just wish we had a police force that could actually police themselves. When you're raping and when you're murdering, when you're stealing and when you're, using violence, you're the worst criminal out here. And it doesn't give me any confidence in the system or in the police, squad. The county sheriff's department, I have no confidence in. If they're going to kill people in jail because the guy took a shower, he took a shower, now he's dead, huh? Okay, that's not justice. That's not fair. That's bullshit. That's a load of bullshit. And I wish more people would talk about it because Joseph Jaramillo. Thank God that there's a lawsuit because there is somebody that a couple people died in jail, and I'm like, oh my God. They mentioned the name, and I'm like, are we going to have a law? Are we going to have a court, a trial? That's what, if they're justified, if you're a good cop and you have to pull the trigger, get a jury to exonerate you. Get a jury to exonerate you, right? Crain and Nicholas Cardinal, if they really felt they needed to murder Joseph Jaramillo, then get 12 jurors and explain it to us, the people, why you had to do what you do. And if we agree with you and we understand your assessment, then, then great. That's perfect. I mean, if you're a police officer and you had to make a quick decision, I think the people will be forgiving. In fact, I think a lot of people love police even when they do wrong. So if you put yourself up for public scrutiny, and they might say, you might have done this, might have done that. Maybe you did make a mistake. But even then, it depends on what the jury says. But if the jury, there's a dead body. So there's probable cause. So indictments should go down and there should be criminal charges. But you got 10 judges who's getting paid millions of dollars, $100,000 apiece, right, per year. So they get millions of dollars. You got all these police officers, these jailers, and they got all these buildings. So millions of dollars being pumped into them and into the, system. But we don't have justice. We don't have justice. You have to sue people in order to get justice. You have to have a rich lawyer friend to help you get justice, and they see money at the end of this. So you have to have a lawsuit where there's a gold pot at the end of the rainbow. And that's the only way we should get justice. And I, as a taxpayer, I do resent that we're all going to get punished for it, and he's not. The two people who's responsible, right? Christian Crain, Nicholas Cardinal. Will they get punished whatsoever? Do they even feel bad about it? Am I the only one that gives a damn? So that's happening. So thank you to 13 ABC News. Thank you, Hannah Knudsen. And then thank you to the Rodney Jaramillo for getting all this information. If it wasn't for Rodney Jaramillo, it doesn't seem like this would have gone nowhere. So